Crescent was in this third-place game, actually in the championship game a year ago. Crescent is coached by Lane Akert. Pat Williams is the Beckley Elementary coach.
And as you stated, the 2-seed Beckley Bobcats trying to salvage, the consolation win at least.
Yeah, I was told by the people who followed the grade school basketball area, because there's a shot put up by Crescent, doesn't go that. Beckley Elementary were the favored and a little bit of an upset that they didn't make it back to the championship game.
It was. They got upset. But Daniels, this Daniel Shady teams, they seem to always peak at the right time, and that's why they're going to face off in the championship game tonight.
Yeah, the 14 Shady came in as the number 1 seed, and Beckley Elementary was the 2 seed, and Crescent and Daniels, respectively, have fought their way here from the 5th and 6th seed. So Daniels is a 6th seed and playing in the championship game. Here's a steal by Crescent, puts up the shot, and there's a contact and a foul, and Penn will get to the line to shoot a pair for Crescent.
And Penn was fouled by Swain, Javon Swain, and usually that happens with, on the lower division games. The kid that made the turnover, probably a frustration foul.
Right. So, by the way, like I said, we play 6-minute quarters. There's 4:39 remaining opening quarter. 2-0 is the score in favor of Beckley Elementary. 2 shots, and the first free throw by Penn of Crescent is no good. He has another one coming. So, Eric, you and I, we got to get, we've been doing all this football, and I've been doing volleyball, and we did middle school football. Now we got to kind of switch gears and get into basketball mode. As Penn able to make 1 of 2.
And Aaron Penn comes through with 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Yeah, you're right, Maris, but, it's just like riding a bike. We just set in and get it going.
So the score is 2-1 in favor of Beckley Elementary. Crescent putting on a little pressure, Eric, and there's a turnover, and it worked as they turn them over right here in travel right in front of us.
And I figured, knowing Coach Lane Akert as well as we both do, like I said, the height advantage goes to Beckley, but usually when you're smaller and quicker, you can press and make guys do things they don't normally do with that turnover.
Here's a little dribble drive. The shot from the baseline is no good. Shot put up by Krieger. And back the other way comes Beckley Elementary. They got numbers and go in and one. What a nice finish that time by Javon Swain to get the hoop in the arm.
And Swain said, just like that, I can get up the court. I did make a turnover and a foul, but able to get the harm. I mean, the
hoop and the harm.
The hoop and the harm.
Eric, there's a Swan song. Could there be a Swain song? How about that? As he's trying to polish off a 3-point play.
And usually, though, in elementary basketball, this is where games are won and lost because, they have trouble getting it up from this distance.
And that free throw, as you mentioned, just grazed the front of the rim. And they battle for the loose ball in the paint. We'll have a held ball, and the arrow will give it to Crescent. But got a nice crowd here at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. And, it brings out everybody, the mamas, the papas, the grandparents. Brings out everybody. And I'm sure we've got a lot of people viewing on video productions. And, of course, when this game's over, the kids can go home and rewatch this. And there is Stafford down the lane with a nice pass. And the shot's missed, but Crescent able to keep possession of the ball. By the way, Bethany Stafford is the tournament director, and we'll have her on in between games. Of course, I go back a long time with Bethany and her family. Of course, for ones who don't know, she's married to the current principal at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, Ron Stafford, as there is a Beckley Elementary foul.
And that was whistled on Braden Manns, and as you were stating, we go way back with definitely go back a little further than I do, but I know her father-in-law and mother-in-law really well.
Right, and of course, when Bethany and Ryan got married, I went to their wedding. So I've known Bethany since she was a cheerleader back in the days at Beckley Stratton. The first free throw is good, and that cuts the lead in half to 4-2.
And both of the points for the Crescent Chipmunks have come via the free throw line.
Right. Second free throw on its way, and it doesn't go. The long rebound, and they battle for it in the corner. And it's tied up, and what do we got? The possession will go over to Beckley Elementary.
Yeah, and I think the Beckley young man from Beckley, Manns, had the ball, but Crescent was standing out of bounds when they touched it.
So it'll be Mason Clark to put it in play for Beckley Elementary, and he throws it away. Crescent. The layup is good. That is Jackson Stafford, and he ties the game, and we have a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 3:41 for the quarter, tied at 4. This is a 30-second timeout, so I'm going to tell you that tonight's game, and I got to find something here, and that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you want to contact Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. Check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. Hart's has quality custom cabinets, and they are a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial up Hart's at 304-252-2917. Like I said, appreciate all the hard, fast work that the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. Tonight was a little different, but for whatever reason, able to get us on time, and we didn't have missed any action, Eric.
Yes, and just like that, this press, Maris, is really giving Crescent is giving Beckley some problems. And I know in the regular season, I found out Beckley beat Crescent by 20 points.
Wow, and right now tight, but that time I thought Crescent, when they got the steal, they went just a little too fast and they turn over.
So let me ask you this. Do you think, normally the elementary gyms are much smaller, so the pressure doesn't affect you as much. If you can just get a couple passes, you're further down the court. And I think when you're able to extend like this, that Crescent is really putting pressure as they get steal after steal.
As Stafford comes up with it, makes a pass. Crescent going in for the layup. The ball is stripped away from Blaney, and back the other way. Here is Beckley Elementary, and they throw it away. Drake Gunn, and now Penn will get to the line again.
And that's going to be 2 on Swain if it was whistled on Swain, and he's their primary ball handler, as we see here on the instant replay, and bodied him as he went in, and that's going to Coach Pat Williams is going to have to make a decision here early on with 2 fouls on your main guard, your point guard.
And one thing I've seen already here in the first, half of this quarter is we got 3:05 left in it. The free throw's no good by Aaron Penn. But you can see Penn very smooth, very aggressive to the basket, and you can see he's probably going to be a future nice player in middle school and on up on the high school level.
And even with the free throw misses, he doesn't have any problem getting it up. Got good rotation. Just gotta settle in, because now he's 2 of 4.
And that one looks good, and that now Crescent has their first lead of the game. And they extend the pressure, and they turn him over.
Excuse me, he's 3 of 6.
Yeah, and they turn him over there. So Crescent will get the ball up under their basket. We're halfway through this first quarter. They play 6-minute quarters in elementary. Glad you're with us on Video Productions. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas into the lane. A little short shot. Penn is no good, but I like how aggressive he was in the lane.
And Penn gets the ball, and he knows what to do with it. It's very aggressive.
Beckley Elementary had numbers, and they really didn't use the numbers. They had a 3-on-1. Should have got a layup out of that.
They should have, but Swain's going to have to control the offense for him a little bit and try to get it down low with the size that they have in the post.
Yeah, they've got 2 size advantages in the low post if they can get the ball down there. As little helter-skelter right there. There's a drive, a lot of contact, and a good hard take to the basket, and getting to the basket will be Malachi Lawson.
And I think that one's going to be whistled on Jackson Stafford. Let's check. I think.
Nope, they're going to call it on Penn.
On Penn. So that's big. That's a big early foul as well. The first team foul, and the first on Penn will be a 2-shot foul.
First free throw is on its way, and it's banked in.
Yeah,
I don't know that he called glass, but it counts all the same, right?
Hey, the bank's still open, the drive-through at least.
I don't know. He looked like he went right to the lobby on that one. So here's another free throw coming for Lawson, trying to give Beckley Elementary, have them regain the lead, and he's not able to knock that one down. He makes 1 of 2. And back the other way comes Crescent. Here's Blaney with it. Blaney all the way to the basket, puts up the shot. It won't go. And Beckley Elementary on the run. And that's a reaching foul. That's a good call.
Yeah, good call.
You want to, if you come from behind, Eric, you got to maybe hit the ball, but you can't reach in.
They call it the, come underneath tap. And that'll be on, Blaney, Jacob Blaney.
Yes.
And his first foul, team second.
Jackson Stafford checks back into the Crescent lineup. 2:20 remaining here in quarter number 1. Really a lot of action in a 5-5 game. Like I said, for 6-minute quarters, it's been a lot of action.
Yeah, up and down.
Here's the big advantage down low in the post if they can get it down inside.
Jackson Stafford comes up with the steal.
Here's Crescent going in with a layup block from behind. That's a nice hustle play. Swan able to block that shot.
Yeah, and Swain was able to to not pick up the foul there, because the way he came over top, it could have easily been a foul, as one is whistled right there on, I think, Braden Mans.
Yeah, Drake Gunn with the offensive rebound, and Gunn will get to the line to shoot a pair. And actually, Crescent has had their opportunity, Eric, getting to the line. This is what their 7th and 8th free throw coming up.
So 2 starters for Beckley has all the fouls.
Right, free throw number 7 and 8 coming up for Crescent, right?
Yes, 7 and 8 here at the free throw line will be Drake Gunn.
In the first free throw, back iron. When it left his hand, I thought it was going to go in. It looked pretty good.
Looks like a 30-second timeout here.
While we got a 30-second timeout, tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. You can bring your family, you can join a league, you can book your next event or your next birthday party at Leisure Lanes. Dial them up at 304-253-7328. Also, the action tonight brought to you by Heather Cantley, your Edward Jones financial advisor. Heather is my financial advisor. She takes care of me. She'll take care of you. Her new location is on Harper Road in Beckley. You can contact Heather at 681-254-0097. And also the action tonight brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Scotty Brown is the local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. You can dial Scotty up at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, Eric, as we look how these teams got here, and like we said, Shady was the overall #1 seed, and they were playing in the next game in the championship game against Daniels. But for Beckley Elementary, they were the 2 seed. They drew a bye. They beat Marsh Fork. They beat Stanford, and then they were upset by Daniels on Saturday in the semifinals. That's what put Daniels in the championship, and Beckley Elementary here in this 3rd place game. On the flip side, Crescent came in as a 5 seed. They beat number 12 seed Hollywood. Then they beat Stratton, and then they lost to #1 Shady on Saturday. So back out of the timeout. We're all even at 5. And Crescent trying to regain the lead by Drake Gunn. He missed the first free throw before we went to the timeout. Gunn ready. Second free throw on its way. That's short. You could tell when he shot that one, it's going to be a little short.
And he did what you normally do when you miss it long. You got to shoot it true. I think he just took a little off of it and created an error.
Yeah, because he put it right there in the front of the rim. It looked like if he had a little on it, he may have made that. Here's a steal by Crescent. They go in, they get the hoop and the harm. What a nice play by Riviera. Gabe Riviera gets the steal, gets the basket, and will draw the foul and get to the line.
And even to add insult to injury, that is the 3rd foul on
there's the replay, Eric.
On Javon Swain.
Nice finish that time by Riviera. Riviera will try to polish off a 3-point play, and it's on its way. It doesn't go. And there's the white. That's something I haven't noticed in basketball's games, all the games we've done, Eric. There's a white strip. The Wilson is highlighted in white on the ball. They get the ball down low, and there's a foul. And that's really where Beckley Elementary needs to go. If they can get the ball down inside as they get the ball to Braden Mans, and he'll get hacked, and he'll step up to the line to shoot a pair.
And I think he was hacked right there on the shot by Drake Gunn. That'll be his first and the team's 3rd. But if you're Beckley, you need to cash in at the free throw line if you're Braden Mans, as he's got a chance to cut into this or tie it.
First free throw is no good. And you mentioned it earlier, Eric, and I agree. I think as tight as this game looks like it's going to be, it's going to come down to who can make your free throws.
That's right. And right now, Beckley is 1 of 3 from the free throw line, and Crescent is 3 of 8. But the 2 points is the difference in the contest.
And the thing is, Crescent, getting to the free throw time 8 times in a quarter, that's a lot. As this free throw's no good. Battle for the loose ball. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley Elementary. So that's tough, too, when, if you're Crescent, they miss 2 free throws and you can't secure the rebound. Swain on the drive, left it short. Battle, the rebound, Mans has it, puts it back up and in. Says, I can't make it from 15, but I can make it from a foot away.
Yeah, and he ties it up, and Beckley, though, is going to have to really keep as they give up the baseline drive.
Yes, that was a nice play by J.J. Brantley.
A lot of people contributing right now for this
Riviera
team.
With the steal, and he missed the shot, got his own rebound. This is a scrappy little Crescent team, isn't it?
Yeah, very scrappy.
Riviera on the baseline had the ball knocked out from behind. Stafford will dial it up. A little long. Riviera with the rebound. They battle. What do we got? We got a foul. And I think we got a Beckley Elementary foul.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be whistled on Malachi Lawson. And it was.
We're going to be, I think, over the limit. And we are, and that'll be free throw time. Now, the Elementary doesn't do, there's two shots.
Only. Okay.
Yeah, Elementary's a little different. So it's kind of like women's basketball where you only where you shoot, like, because you play quarters instead of halves. And, you don't have 17
That's right.
fouls.
That's right. It's 5.
Right, it's 5. Yeah, and the free throw is good. Like, that's the regular, I guess, high school rules, middle school, grade school, middle school, high schools. The free throw is up and in.
Gabe Rivera able to cash in.
And it's a 10-7 lead. So they had it tied up 7-7 with the touchdown and extra point. They've kicked the field goal, right?
Yes.
Now they got a free throw.
Free throw.
Both of them good. And Crescent, 10 free throws attempted already in this first quarter, and they lead 11-7.
And 6 of 10.
He's out of bounds right here in front of us. If he was any further out of bounds, he'd been sitting on my lap. As Crescent does a good job as they use the boundary as an extra defender, and they get the turnover.
And they're a well-coached team because Coach Lane Akert has a lot of experience coaching on high school level, middle school level.
Right.
He loves to coach.
And he's done a wonderful job with these young, I almost call them young men, young kids, soon to be young men. And back the other way comes Beckley Elementary. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. There's a 15-footer, and I like that play. Rather than settle for the 3, step into it as Mason Clark knocks down the 17-footer.
Dialed it up, nothing but net. Mason Clark with a big, much-needed bucket for the Bobcats.
It's a bucket on the other end, which is good. That's by Akert.
Tatum Akert.
Last shot time for Beckley Elementary. They turn it over. Final 6 seconds of the quarter. There's a shot, and that's a little short, and we've got 1.8 remaining in the quarter.
Yeah, it really couldn't judge.
Yeah.
I think he would have dribbled in a couple more steps. He didn't. He thought the clock was running out.
And the clock's behind him, not
towards him.
Yeah. So 1.8 left in the quarter, and you don't want to foul if you're Crescent, and they won't get a shot off Beckley Elementary, and that's the end of one. At the end of one in this third-place game for Raleigh County, it's a 13-9 lead for Crescent over Beckley Elementary. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
We welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Alex Fink is on camera, and of course, the master himself, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Beckley Stratton, Eric, with the first possession, put up a little short shot on the baseline, and it wouldn't go down as Mason Clark had a good look. Back the other way comes Crescent. Here's a floater that's a little short, and we got a whistle on the rebound as that floater was put up by Blaney.
Yeah, and it looks like right now the Crescent team, was a little more calm, collected, running their offense and getting more shots up and have better composure right now.
Back the other way, here's Beckley Elementary. They'll throw it away, trying to get the ball to Swain, and just a little too long. But what a nice crowd here, as actually they've got to get players from behind the basket, because I know the young fella that picked him, he didn't know, and maybe the player could have got it, maybe couldn't.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
But yeah, they've got to clear them out, and they can't reach out, and they've got a lot of traffic in here, and I guess they got to get this kind of cleared out, because we've got a really good crowd here tonight behind us and across the way and on each end. As Crescent throws it away, Swain picks it off. A lot of contact on the far side over there. They let them play through it, and I like it that they let them play through it.
Yeah, and this Crescent team's super scrappy. They're going to do this pressure all night. That's the way to keep this lead. And
of course, coming up following this game will be the championship game here of Raleigh County, and it will be between Daniels and Shady. Beckley Elementary won the championship a year ago. And it was against Crescent in the championship game a year ago. There's a Beckley Elementary foul. And that was a trip, but an incidental trip.
And that's going to be whistled on. Did he say 10?
Caleb Blevins will put the ball in play for Crescent.
It was whistled on Malachi Lawson. That'll be his second.
There's shots rejected. Nice defensive play that time by Mason Clark on the rejection. Swain ahead of the pack, but he can't field the ball cleanly. And it's taken away by Penn. Nice play by Penn. And then ball's loose, little helter-skelter as you can expect in an elementary game, Eric. And going in for the layup, it won't go. Battle for the rebound.
Penn is everywhere.
Yes, Penn's out of it. Trying to go coast to coast. Tacks the basket, puts it up, a wild shot. Got his own rebound and got swatted from behind, but Crescent able to keep the possession. Penn will put it up. Got his own rebound again.
Penn is a machine.
Yep. And here comes Beckley Elementary with a good hustle and a nice play that time by Kroner as he knocks the ball out of bounds for Crescent. Krieger will check back in for the Chipmunks of Crescent Elementary. And here's a steal. And the short shot goes, and he's fouled. What a beautiful play by Blaney.
And that's going to be on Swain. And this is an unofficial book that I have, so seems like that's 4.
That was, as we watched the replay there, Blaney with the steal, and he felt the contact, able to get the ball up over the rim and in the hoop. And the biggest lead of the game right here at 6. Trying to make it 7 is Crescent. Blaney at the free throw line, trying to polish off the three-point play, and he does just that. 7-point advantage for Crescent. Here's another steal by Blaney. Puts a shot up. It won't get a roll that time as Clark comes down with the rebound for Beckley Elementary. They throw the ball ahead of the pack. That's it. A walk, a double dribble. Take your pick on that as they'll get Jeremiah Bradley with the turnover. And the Crescent fans are on their feet as we'll have a timeout, I believe. Nope, just some substitutions as Jackson Stafford will check into the ball game.
Well, here's where the game could get away from Beckley. The Bobcats, as Coach Pat Williams had to take out his best ball handler with 4 fouls. And now that pressure is really going to be amped up by the Crescent Chipmunks.
Drake Gunn in there also. Beckley Elementary now back in the zone. Crescent working the ball around. Stafford will pull up the shot from the baseline and knock it down.
Jackson Stafford with his 4th point of the contest.
Biggest lead of the game, 9, and right now Crescent has doubled them up. Here's a steal by Stafford. Penn has it. Penn able to get the ball ahead to Blaney. Blaney up underneath. Shot won't go. Gunn gets the rebound for Crescent. Crescent just seems like a little more scrappier.
Way more scrappier. Yeah. Look, every loose ball.
There's a travel. Yep. That's a little bunny hop in the pea patch that time by Penn. And Crescent will turn it over with 3:20 remaining in the half. And they've doubled them up, has Crescent leading by the score of 18-9. You know, Eric, like I said, after all the football, middle school, high school, and volleyball that you and I have done, it's good because we'll be in basketball as we're into it tonight. But really soon, with the middle school and the high school coming up.
Yeah, and like you said, this is good action.
It's real good action. We're looking at future stars that will be moving on that you and I covered video productions in middle school and on up into high school. So coming up on the 3-minute mark, the halfway point here of quarter number 2, and Crescent turned it over. But we've gone a little over 3 minutes, and Beckley Elementary hadn't scored. They haven't scored at all yet in this quarter.
Yeah,
and going back into the first
5-0.
quarter. Yeah.
So this Crescent pressure is really.
You're right. The pressure's been the difference, and they force a turnover out of bounds. But you're right. Crescent, how aggressive they've been, as you stated, they've been getting all the loose balls. They've been getting to the free throw line, and the pressure has given Beckley Elementary some trouble. Penn with it. They double team him. He splits the double team, has the ball knocked free, and Crescent turns it over.
The Bobcats from Beckley are going to have to somehow, some way, try to stay in this contest with Swain on the bench, because as you can see, you definitely need him in.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting the ball up the court, and you can't use your size advantage or mismatch until you can get the ball across the midcourt stripe and get the ball down low.
And Lane Aker, the coach for Crescent, has sensed that, and I think he knew pressure was the key to this contest, to get in this contest.
So it'll be side out for Crescent, right there in front of the Beckley Elementary bench across the way. Riviera will set up show. Nice backdoor cut by Stafford. Puts the shot up. It won't go. That was a nice cut to the basket.
Great play.
And what you don't want to do is get the ball to your big guys like that. And you're right, Eric. They really miss Swain, a ball handler that can push the ball up.
The pressure was already hurting them, but without him on the court, it's tough.
Gunn has an open look, decides not to shoot it. Riviera will shoot it, and back iron, no good. And here's Clark with it for Beckley Elementary. He'll slow it down. They'll set up their offense. And they'll call a foul on Jackson Stafford.
Jackson just got a little too overzealous right there with the contact.
Yeah, you want to play good defense, and he did there for most part of that, but then at the end, you're right.
A little too aggressive.
Little too aggressive. So putting the ball in play will be Lester. And Stafford comes up with the steal. Gunn on the move, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Malachi Lawson. That'll be his third.
So the fouls are really starting to mount up on Beckley Elementary.
To definitely key players. Going to have to come out the game now.
As Grayson Beckett will check into the lineup for Beckley Elementary. And Tatum Aker will check back in for Crescent. They've got Gunn double teamed in the corner. Baseline. Tries to get the ball down low. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Crescent. But Beckley Elementary, as you mentioned, Eric, they've had a hard time. They haven't scored at all in this quarter.
They have not scored this quarter. And the good thing is, though, they've only given up 5 points. So if they can weather this storm with the last 149, you got to concentrate on defense and not letting Crescent get to extend this lead.
And there's a walk. Nice defensive play by Gunn. That little runner they missed, but then on the outlet pass.
And you know what Gunn did great? He just stood there.
Right.
No reaching, nothing, and induced the walk.
So Crescent to inbound, just to our left. Riviera will have it, and Coach Lane Akers tell him to hold it up as we're 1:35 left here in half number 1. Riviera said, I'll dial it up from downtown, and it won't go. But
and once again,
the loose ball to Crescent. There's a little runner left of the lane. It was too strong. Ball's free and a travel, and it'll go back over to Crescent. You know, Eric, I bet that we don't have it in front of us, but I would say that Beckley Elementary probably hasn't having 3 or 4 shot attempts in this quarter.
Yeah,
they haven't been able to get the ball across the midcourt stripe.
Yeah, have not been able to get it across, especially with their primary ball handler.
Yeah, you can't make shots if you don't get opportunities. Maybe they can here if they got a steal, and there's a travel. And see, one place, even if he didn't travel, Eric, you would agree with this. Lester, you never want to pick the ball up right here at midcourt, right in front of us where he did.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's not really sure of his ball handling skills, so he's just trying to pick it up and give it up. And minute 13 to go in this half, and Beckley's desperately needing to make a basket.
Akert missed a 15-footer straight away. Ball's loose, and Crescent comes out of there with it. Shot off the right side by Akert, no good. Back the other way, here's Clark in the open court. Clark going all the way to the basket, puts up the shot and scores. And that's their first bucket. And that breaks a long drought for Beckley Elementary.
And Clark with the bucket and his 4th point, 4 of the 11. And that's how they're going to have to do it. Have to get it out and try to get some easy buckets.
Riviera will dial up the 17-footer. It won't go. And once again, here's Clark in the open floor. But Crescent's back defensively. Final 30 seconds of the half. They get the ball in the lane, and there's a foul. Oh, no, travel, I beg your pardon.
Is the correct call.
Yep.
Took a little Euro step without dribbling.
Without the Euro, right?
Yes.
And actually, when I said there was a foul, the referee stopped directly right in front of me, and I wasn't watching the monitor. I was watching the actual play, and the referee stood right there in front of me, and I couldn't see the play. Rusty Udy to my right. If I need to know what's going on, I can ask Rusty. As we got a whistle, and what do we got, Eric?
Travel.
It is the holiday season. Packing their bags, right?
Coach Akert was not happy with that shot attempt.
Right.
He's trying to get him to run, and that's good coaching.
Right. Well, you want to run for the last shot. 15 seconds now left in the half.
What are you doing?
And you don't want to foul. And Crescent's very lucky that wasn't a foul. They get the ball down low. The shot off the glass is too strong. Battle for the rebound. One last chance for a shot where they beat the clock with 2 seconds. They throw it up this Crescent, and that's how the first half will end. At the break, it will be an 18-11 lead for Crescent here in this Raleigh County third-place game here on the campus of Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. We'll take a break, and we'll recap the first half when we return here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Hey, grab me one too.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports. Has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
We got you.
get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. ServPro, like it never even happened.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have Alex Fink. He's doing double duty tonight. He's helping out the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, also on camera. And at the break, Eric, it's an 18-11 lead for Crescent. They led 13-9 at the end of the quarter. They lead 18-11, and you have some of the individual totals point-wise of that first half.
Yeah, and the way we got to this point is Crescent's pressure has been tremendous, and Javon Swain, the primary ball handler from Beckley, is in foul trouble with 4 fouls. But leading the way for Beckley in scoring is Mason Clark with 4 and Braden Manns with 4. Pretty good balance for the Crescent Chipmunks to get out to their 18-point lead. They had 5 people score, and leading the way is Aaron Penn with 3. Jacob Blaney with 3. Jackson Stafford, is the leading scorer with 4, and Gabe Rivera pitches in with 4 as well.
Yeah, an 18-11 lead for
yeah, 18-11. I'm sorry. And I looked at the 13, and that's what I was getting to. Beckley has 11 points in the first half. Crescent scored 13 points in the first quarter,
right,
based on their defense. So I think for Beckley to get back in at one, Javon Swain's going to have to get back in the contest and not pick up his 5th foul.
Right. Another thing, too, we talked about it in that first half. All the loose balls, the 50-50 balls, all went to Crescent. Crescent was more aggressive. They got to the free throw line, 10 times in that first half?
Yes, and cashed in on 6 of them.
6 out of 10, 60% for elementary, not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. And then on the flip side, Beckley Elementary, how many times they get to the line?
They got to the free throw line 5 times and made 1.
Yeah, not very good. I can do that math, 20%. Not
yes,
good.
20%. So a lot of things can happen in this game, but right now the pace of the game is in Crescent's corner, and the foul trouble situations in Crescent's corner.
All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and get you ready for the second half. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
C Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection.
Give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
And we welcome you back here to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, doing a great job as always, producing and directing. And Alex Fink is on camera. And we're about a minute away of starting the second half. Like I said, they play 6-minute quarters, Eric. And it seemed like that was a very fast but fun and entertaining first half.
Yeah, a lot of action. And you can see both of these teams are coached really well. And a lot of good-looking ball players on the court, man. And this will trickle over to middle school, and a lot of these guys, also play against each other from these two schools in the middle school ranks, where the Beckley kids will feed into Beckley Stratton, and the Crescent teams usually go to Park. So So this will be a couple years to come, these guys battling, before they come together at Beckley.
Of course, the championship game will be Shady and Daniels, and in between games at the conclusion of this game, as we get ready for the championship game, we will have tournament director Bethany Stafford on. And of course, I was asking her earlier if she remembered, I played her in a game of horse years ago back when she was in high school. And, Bethany Stafford, who is, like I said, is tournament director and the principal at Crescent, she was a cheerleader through her time at middle school when she went to Beckley Stratton, and also when she was a student at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. But she did, in her own driveway, on her own goal, have a nice shot, Eric. She had like this little hop step, and she was deadly on it. And me and her played that, and I don't know if she will remember that. We'll talk about that and some other things when we have her on. All right, ready to start the second half. 18-11 is the lead in favor of Crescent in this third-place game. Crescent will have the ball as they'll go to the basket to our right, and got to do a little housekeeping. Got to get these pom-poms off the floor. Cheerleaders to our right. We're going to have Rusty Hudi take care of things. I'm going to put him in charge of the cheerleaders because they're on the right side of him. And we are ready to roll here for the second half. Crescent will have it. Once again, these are 6-minute quarters. Apparently nobody wants to take the ball out, Eric. That's like you, right? You never want to take the ball out, right?
Yeah. I want to be the guy receiving the ball when it comes in. Sure.
Yeah, because, Eric, you can't score from throwing the basket when you're out of bounds, right? That don't count.
That's right.
That's right. All right, here we go, second half. Crescent will have first opportunity to dent the scoreboard. Just inside the three-point line, the shot is up and doesn't go. And that's a pretty good-looking shot. Just couldn't knock it down with Krieger. And what do we got on the whistle? Turnover.
Yeah. And you see right now that Coach Williams from Beckley is going to have to try to tread water and hold on, keep this deficit what it is, because he's got Javon Swain on the bench. Maybe try to get him cranked up in the fourth quarter.
There's a 12-footer on right of the lane, maybe a little further than 12, maybe closer to 16. And on the rebound, it's a held ball, and the arrow will point it toward Beckley Elementary. Like I said, the crowd continuing to make their way in, and huge crowd here tonight, as you well expect when you got 4 teams at elementary. Crescent, though, still applies the pressure. Clark has it in the front court for Beckley. And get the ball down low off the glass. It doesn't go, and there's a foul. And that's really what Beckley Elementary's got to do, is they get the ball to Braden Manns, and Manns, using his size, he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, but they desperately need a couple of these to fall and not rely heavily on making the free throws, as Manns was not able to get that up and in. As
you said when you were giving the numbers, in the first half, as a team, just 1 of 5, 20% from the line, and this free throw's good, though. That's the reverse announcer's jinx, right?
Yes, that is, because Manns was 0 for 2 leading into that free throw.
That trims the lead to 18-12.
I mean, this game is still...
it's still in the balance, that's for sure. And the second free throw's no good. Battle for the loose ball. Jackson Stafford comes out of there with it. And here comes Crescent. They're on the move. Down the lane, attack the glass, up and in. A beautiful play by Jacob Blaney. A fantastic finish to get the hoop in the arm.
And Blaney with a chance to polish off his second three-point play of the night.
Yeah, there's the replay. You got to love that.
Yeah, great. Little spin move and absorb the contact to get it up.
Great body control. I'm sure the Park coach is just thinking, man, he's going to look good in green and white, right?
That's right.
Offensive rebound, Penn. He's had a fine game for
Double
him.
dribble.
Yep. He did everything right except put it on the floor again.
Yeah, and that's a uncharacteristic mistake by Penn.
So the pressure, though, here's a steal. Stafford puts it up, won't go, gets his own rebound. Passes the ball in the paint. Penn can't finish. But another crack at it. Blaney will dial it up. It's short. Lester clears the rebound for Beckley Elementary.
Yeah,
we're going to have a foul, I believe.
It's going to be on Stafford, Jackson Stafford, yeah. And that's one of those a little too aggressive. That'll be his second foul on the team's second of the third quarter.
So it'll be Lester to put it in play. Trying to find somebody, and he can't get it in, and it's a turnover. Did they get the timeout? I think they did get the timeout. So it'll be a timeout. We'll keep it here and let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor of all local sports here in the great state of West Virginia. Also, the Spartan Factory located in Beckley. They have T-shirts, team uniforms, banners, hats, anything you need for your team. As they fixed up our nice attire that we're wearing with video production on it. They can do the same thing for you. You can check them out on their website at the SpartanFactoryWV.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. They have catering, private parties available. Book your next event at Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. So out of the timeout, it'll be Beckley Elementary's ball. They just got the timeout just in time before the 5-second call was given. But the pressure of Crescent has really forced havoc, and here's a turnover. Once again, Crescent doing a great job. Penn with the steal. Penn coast to coast. Off the glass a little strong. Battle for the rebound. And Mans comes out of there with it. Here's Clark for Beckley Elementary. And the pass is knocked away. And we got a held ball. The arrow will turn it back over to Crescent. And that's one thing, Eric. I think if Beckley Elementary is going to get back in the game, they just haven't been able to get enough shots to be able to get back in the game.
Yeah, and they're not able to get it across, half court. And usually when they have, it's been a turnover in the back court, in the front court.
Right. Well, now that they've turned Crescent over, and like you said, being down 8, I mean, there's still a lot of basketball left. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. That they've just got to start. They've got to start getting stops and start making baskets, and they continue to turn the ball over. And that's a turnover there.
Court.
Yes, that's a great call.
All over that one.
Yep. I could see it in my mind before it happened that was going to happen.
Man, are you kidding me? These stands are packed.
Yeah, it's full. This is the best crowd I've seen in here for a long time. And once again, Beckley Stratton having a hard time getting it in. And we're going to have a held ball, and that'll be a turnover. The arrow will point it toward Crescent and Penn right there.
And let's face it, the Crescent Chipmunks are way more aggressive.
Yes.
Way more aggressive.
And like you said, with Swain on the bench, they don't have the ball handler to be able to handle the pressure and penetrate and get the ball to the big guys inside. Blaney's had a good night for Crescent. It's been a good total team effort to this point for Crescent with the ball and up 8. Penn into the lane, nice move, puts up the short shot, it won't go, battle for the rebound, and Mans will come out of there, gets the pass ahead. Here comes Beckley Elementary, and that's a tough shot, and it won't go, and it's knocked out of bounds. It will go over to Crescent.
And let's talk about the get back of Penn, though, how he did.
Yes.
It went straight up with his hands and kept him at bay.
Yeah, it looked like Lawson was
definitely
clearing out a little bit, wasn't he, with
out.
his left hand. So here's Jacob Blaney with the ball for Crescent. Stafford's flashing in the lane. He's open. And they missed him.
And this is where they're going to have to make hay. If you're Beckley, you got to get some turnovers and some runouts, some layups that way.
So Crescent will have Riviera check into the game, Gunn into the game, and they gave Crescent quality minutes in the first half.
And yeah, they did. And Coach Akert's going about 8 deep, 7 to 8.
Beckley Elementary with it. Lawson 17-footer. Back iron doesn't go. The long rebound comes out to him. They're down on the floor. The arrow will keep it with Beckley Elementary. So Beckley Elementary doesn't have a field goal in this quarter. They've just got one free throw, but Crescent's only scored 2 points. So the offense is really bogged down here in this third quarter. As J.J. Brantley will check into the ball game for Crescent. "17-footer straight away is good. The bank shot is knocked in. That shot was knocked down by Lawson. Coming up on the halfway point of the third quarter. Gunn into the lane, puts up the shot. It's short. And Beckley Elementary, Lester will run down the rebound.
Now see if Beckley can build off this little momentum. Making a basket is momentum for them.
Right.
And like as you stated, Maris, they've cut it to 6. And if they can keep it, cut it to 4, maybe 2 by the start of the fourth quarter and put Swain back in, they have a great chance.
Caleb Blevins will check back into the Crescent lineup. And we got a violation and a turnover.
Who made that last bank shot for Beckley?
You would ask me that, and I got it right here.
Is it Lawson?
Lawson, yes, Malachi Lawson.
Well, I got it right.
So Gunn will inbound the ball, and here comes Crescent with it. Riviere on the drive. He'll pull up, put up the short shot. It grazed the rim, but he got his own rebound. And we got a whistle and a timeout by Crescent. So timeout on the floor, 2:42 left in the third. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here and tell you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company is built on a foundation of safety, innovation, and teamwork. Infinity continues the proud tradition of Appalachian mining with a focus on quality and reliability. Infinity Coal Division, from the coal seam till the steel beam, that's Infinity Coal Company. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, doing a great job as always. Alex Fink on camera. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, and this is the first of two games. Eric, at the conclusion of this game, before we start the next game, we'll have tournament director Bethany Stafford will join us, and then we'll have the championship game for Raleigh County Elementary, which will be it'll be Daniels taking on Shady. Shady, the number 1 seed, Daniels, the number 6 seed for the championship.
And that ought to be a good one, man. It looks like everybody from the Beaver Daniels area is here too.
Yeah, big crowd. As like I said, this is probably maybe the biggest crowd I've seen in this gym for a basketball game. And there's a turnover as Crescent turns it over with the travel out of the timeout.
Yeah, you gotta not like that if your coach Lane Aker called a timeout to set something up and not execute it.
So once again, Crescent continues with the full court pressure.
They're gonna tell these young men to stop. Yeah, they
had a little
bit of jockeying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on the elementary level, right?
That's good reffing, though.
Yes,
I like that. Didn't call anything. Just, hey, guys, settle down.
And there's a steal. That's a beautiful play by Crescent. Riviera has it. It goes in, has his shot swatted, and ahead of the field. And good hustle and a turnover.
It was a carry and the correct call.
But Brantley had J.J. Brantley, good hustle for Crescent. So here's Blaney with it as he'll bring it up for Crescent. And maybe Crescent trying to pull Beckley Elementary out of that zone, Eric.
Yeah, but if I'm Beckley Elementary, I don't overplay. I just stay back and try to get this into the fourth quarter and get something out of Javon Swain with the ball handling and,
Riviera takes it to the baseline, puts up the shot. It won't go. It was a good-looking shot. Clark comes out of there with it, and they throw it away. That was a golden opportunity for Beckley Elementary. They're getting stops, Eric.
Yes, just not. Yeah. They're turning them over, and then turning it over.
Yeah. So Jackson Stafford checks back into the Crescent scheme of things. 1:53 for the third. Crescent trying to add to their lead. They lead by 6. Here's a shot from the left corner. It's going to be a little short. And that shot was put up by Blevins, and it won't go. Here's Clark, and he traveled.
A little travel. And I think the pass induced him into that travel. The way he caught it, and the defender was right there.
You don't want to give your bigs the ball that far out. And I think maybe Beckley Elementary is trying to run, and don't seem like they should be more deliberate.
Well, for the personnel that they have out there, though, Clark is the best ball handler they have out there right now.
Here's Gunn on the move. Blaney got to be careful. Don't want to get too far to midcourt and step across the midcourt stripe. Here's Gunn with it. And here's a steal, and now we got a foul.
That's going to be whistled maybe on Penn.
And it is.
And that'll be Penn's second.
So this third quarter, the scoring's bogged down a little bit. 2 points for Crescent and 3 for Beckley Elementary. Yeah, scoring's been hard to come by here in the third. They get the ball down low, short shot up and in. And that shot is good by Bradley. and trims Crescent's lead to 4. Crescent is led by as many as 9 at one point, 18-9. That was the biggest lead of the game. 20-16 the lead now for Crescent. The final 45 seconds of the third quarter. Penn in traffic, throws the ball back out. Crescent will reset their offense.
Well, Jacob Blaney, he has a good sense, high basketball IQ, as you see him now.
And I like him going off the dribble. Maybe Crescent will hold the ball. There's Penn, nowhere to go. Throw the ball back out. Smart play. Stafford has it now. He drives, puts up the shot off the glass, a little strong. Loose ball comes out to Beckley Elementary.
They have a chance to trim it. That's going to be whistle on Jackson Stafford, I think, on the reach.
I think so.
With 12.3 here to go, Maris. This is a key possession, and it can give this Beckley Bobcat team some life if you can get a bucket here.
Yeah, and even if they don't, it looks like whoever wins the fourth quarter is probably going to win the game.
It's going to come down to the fourth, and Beckley did what it had to do.
Just
kept his head above water.
Yep. 17-footer straight away, a little strong, battle for the rebound. That was Clark to put up the initial shot. You're down on the floor, and you'll get Crescent with the travel with 4.9. So still enough time to get the ball in and get a good look if you are Beckley Elementary.
Yeah, definitely.
Clark is all alone ahead of the lane out there. They get the ball down low. The short shot doesn't go. The putback up is in. That was a nice play. Bradley just ahead of the buzzer. And we got a ball game at the end of 3. It's 20-18 Crescent as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
And we're ready to go with the fourth quarter, but it looks like they've got a clock issue. And now they've got 8 minutes, and actually, of course, it should be 6 minutes. 20-18 is the Crescent lead as we start the fourth quarter. It was 13-9 Crescent at the end of the first quarter, 18-11 at the break, and 20-18 now. So after Crescent scored, Eric.
Yeah, I know what's wrong with it. Gene Neighbors is over there messing with it.
Well, he's the one going to fix it. But, you know, Eric, after Crescent scored 13 in the first quarter, they've only scored
5 and 2.
Yeah, 7 points since then. And they've had a hard time putting the ball in the basket. And now it comes down to making shots and also making free throws.
And that's what you and I talked about, though. As bad as it seemed for Beckley, they're actually right there because they couldn't extend the lead.
Gene Neighbors got it fixed. You're going to take that back
I'll
about what you said
Gene.
about Gene Neighbors. Of course, Eric and I have been knowing Gene forever. You know, it's been over 30 years ago. Gene and I and Randy Moss went to the Nike camp together. Here's Penn into the lane, puts up the short shot and scores in a much-needed basket for Crescent.
And that's Penn's first basket.
And a turnover as Penn gets the loose ball. Stafford has it. Nice pass. Nice catch and shoot, but the shot won't go.
Walks.
And Blaney not able to finish. And what do we got?
Traveling.
Turnover. And it'll stay with Crescent under their own basket. That was a huge first possession of the fourth quarter to kind of maybe trying to see some momentum back by scoring the first bucket.
Yeah, trying to get that first. And Penn's got it again.
Yeah, and he probably shouldn't have dribbled. He probably should have just put it up. And he's got a good look, but he missed the shot. Stafford with the rebound. Stafford from 15, off the glass, up and in. Jackson Stafford right down the chute off the window.
And that's 6 points for Stafford.
Ball's knocked out of bounds by a nice hustle by Tatum Akert. It'll stay with Beckley Elementary. But if you're Beckley Elementary, you can't panic. You've given up back-to-back hoops, try to work the ball inside. They got a big mismatch down low if they can get the ball to Mans.
Well, this is where Swain's going to have to try to help and take over.
Little floater on the baseline is too strong, but an offensive rebound by Bradley. They throw the ball back out, and here's Swain. Good help defense. And we got a foul, and that'll get Bradley to the free throw line. Jeremiah Bradley will shoot a pair for Beckley Elementary. And, you look at Bradley with the size and also Mans, they got a huge size advantage as we watch the replay here of this last play.
Yeah, and I think around the basket, though, you got to try to figure out how to get it to Mans. Braden Mans look like he's a little more polished in the paint.
Left-handed shooter, and that shot is way off from the free throw line. And we talked about it. Free throws really hasn't been the strong suit here, at least here tonight, for Beckley Elementary.
Yeah, right now in the evening, they are 2 for 7.
Second free throw on its way, and he missed that one, but he got his own rebound, and he put it down on the floor. He scores. So he said, I can't make it from the line. I can get my own rebound, and he puts it back up and in and trimmed the lead to 4.
Yeah, this is where the game is going to be won. As you said, Penn's going to have to be a scorer.
Stafford with it on the drive into the lane. Little floater left of the lane, up and in. That's a nice shot. That shot by Krieger. Crescent able to keep him at bay, a 6-point advantage. A minute and a half gone by here in the fourth quarter. Swain under pressure, throws it away. Blaney with the steal. Stafford puts the short shot up. It won't go. They battle for the rebound. Blaney gets it. Blaney left it short, and Mans clears the rebound. And it's a turnover. Good hustle play by Blaney. And we've got I thought we had a timeout. We'll have a substitution as Keegan Tucker will check in. He was originally slated to start, but they said he was sick, and now he's checked into the game.
Maybe he's going to try to gut it out for his squad here.
Shot won't go. Rebound by Penn for Crescent. Penn on the dribble drive. Ball stolen away.
Wow.
Down the lane. That's what I'm saying. Wow, maybe if you can go earlier as Tucker. He really did a little shake and bake there, didn't he, Eric?
Yes, he looked comfortable in the open court.
Didn't look like he was sick on that play,
is this going to be the old Willis Reed?
Yeah. As Clark will check back in.
Yeah, the young man does look like he's been over a little bit, but when he got that ball, it was electric.
Yeah, he was. They'll get the ball down low. Ball is lost, but able to be picked back up. Here's Tucker with it. Short shot is good. I was screened out. I think Clark made that.
It was Clark. But what a pass from Keegan Tucker. Gets in the game and instantly gives them a lift. Beckley.
Good hustle by Crescent, but it'll be out of bounds over to
the 3:14 mark now. It looks like they have someone else to help break this pressure.
Yeah, they got a ball handler for sure, and that's Tucker. He's got it now. Mans with it. He'll put up the short shot. It won't go. Bradley will clean it up, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. But you're right, Eric. That's a big key, being able to handle the pressure.
Yeah,
and with both Swain and Tucker in the backcourt, and Tucker set out the first 3 quarters, didn't play here till the fourth quarter, and he was scheduled to start, and you can see why he would be a starter.
I can definitely see why he would be a starter.
Yes.
And but now that takes the pressure off of Swain having another guy as a big free throw made as they cut it to 3.
So Bradley, if he can hit this, cut it to 2. 3:06 left here in the fourth quarter. It'll be nervous time. Second free throw on its way, and it's no good. His gun had it for a minute. Now he's got it for Crescent. Crescent with the ball up 3. Gunn down the lane. High off the glass, too strong. Battle for the rebound. Penn's got it, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line. Coach Pat Williams thought it was all ball, and it definitely was ball. There might have been some body.
A little body on it.
I
I can see that. Why did you whistle that? And but you can't give up the easy shot right there. And Penn being scrappy on the glass gets 2 shots for the Chipmunks.
And we talked about how big the free throws are, especially here under the 3-minute mark. Coming down the stretch, free throw is good. So Crescent back up by 4. They led by as many as 9 back in the second quarter at 18-9. Crescent led 13-9 at the quarter, 18-11 at the break, 20-18 at the end of 3 as second free throw is no good. Penn makes 1 of 2. The lead's 4 in the final 2:50 of regulation. Swain down the lane, tacks the basket, left it short. Battle for the rebound, and it's a travel and a turnover.
Turnover. But Swain got the shot he needed and not able to capitalize, in transition. And the timeout by Crescent here.
And let's see if we got a 30 or
Probably
a full. We haven't had a full timeout yet, and it is a full timeout. We'll take it with and be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. 2:41 left here in the ball game. And it'll be the ball to Beckley Elementary on the baseline as they get the ball down low for the easy layup, and it's good. That was a nice play by Bradley, able to sneak in behind the defense, catch it and lay it up and in. 2-point game.
And Jeremiah Bradley's been big in this quarter. That's 5 points.
Here's Penn with it. Penn, he thought he was tripped, gets the ball to Stafford into the lane. Stafford left it short. Penn with the offensive rebound. He'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Way to battle on the glass. Penn and Stafford creating extra possessions for the Crescent team.
So it'll be a couple of shots coming here for Penn. And Penn will be ready. A lot of basketball left in this area with 2:20 to go. The first free throw is no good. And we talked about it's got to be critical by being able to cash in at the free throw line. Second free throw is no good. Here's Clark with it, with a chance to tie or maybe take the lead. Wild shot put up, but the offensive rebound is up and in by Bradley, and we're all even at 27. Bradley has played big dividends for Beckley Elementary. 2-minute mark. Ball's loose on the baseline. Crescent has it. Biggest lead of this game was 9 points back in the first half. Crescent's led most of this entire game, and here's a steal. Swain in the open court, draw the foul. And that's a good hard foul. A very good, a clean foul, but a hard foul by Blaney.
That'll make them earn it.
Yes, and that'll get Swain to the free throw line as we watch the replay, Eric.
And you know what? The defense from Keegan Tucker has not scored, but made a difference in this game when he came in, 3:14 mark?
And his ball handling skills.
Yeah, and defense and poking at the ball and just being real aggressive.
Free throw is no good.
Swain is 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Beckley Elementary, Eric, has not led since it was 4-2 back in the first quarter. They led 2-0, 2-1, 4-1, 4-2. That was their last lead at 4-2. And if this free throw is good, and it is not, but they battle for the rebound. The putback is no good. Coming down to crunch time. Stafford shot is blocked.
By who? Did you see who blocked that shot, Maris?
Yes.
It was.
Bradley blows the layup. Everybody's on their feet, and we got a foul, and we'll go back the other way as, boy, the crowd is into it. They're at fever pitch behind us, beside us, across the way. I mean, this is exciting, and it's been one heck of a game, even at 27.
It was, a wide-open shot, and those sometimes are the hardest to make for young players. Plus, he's left-handed and totally cannot use that right.
It's coming down to who can knock down free throws. And there's a steal, but no, picked back up by Penn. He'll get to the basket and draw the foul.
Penn is super aggressive. I like his attitude, man, and the way he plays the game.
A chance to get Crescent back in front by going to the free throw line. He missed 2 free throws the last time he stepped to the line.
He's 4 of 8 on the night, so 50-50.
So Penn is ready. First shot on its way is good. Boy, he was smooth as silk on that one. And Crescent has regained the lead by 1 with 1:12 remaining here in regulation.
Boy, none bigger than this shot right here, though.
Penn ready. I like the way he's very calm. Spins, shot looks good and is good. Sometimes, Eric, it's not how many you make, but when you make them. And those were 2 big free throws made. A full timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, and we welcome you here for this final 1:12. Or more. It could be more as there's a foul on Crescent, which you didn't want to do. And I say it could be more because we could have overtime, Eric, for this third-place game here for Raleigh County. The Raleigh County Grade School Championship game will come up following this one about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. It'll be Shady against Daniels. Right now, for the third-place game, a 2-point lead for Crescent, 29-27. And here's a steal by Riviera. Penn in the open court to the basket. A little too strong. And back the other way comes Beckley Elementary. 2-on-1. Clark, he'll draw the foul. As he put the shot up, it doesn't go, but he'll get to the line to shoot a pair.
And right there, man, Penn, and as we stated, Penn did everything but finish here and giving Beckley a chance on the run out. Had the numbers and get to the free throw line now.
Yeah, I think if Penn makes that layup, puts them up 4, I don't know if that would seal the deal, but it'd be a lot closer to having the deal taken care of. It's now Clark at the line and trying to get the game tied as he'll shoot 2.
You mean Beckley?
Yeah.
Oh, Clark. You said Clark.
Clark at the line,
yes. Hey, and I was about to say that was his first. This is his first free throw attempt, and like you said, they've been shooting free throws poorly all night, but it's not how many make.
It's when you make them.
It's when you make them.
Second free throw is in and out and back in again. Oh, my. Let's see what Crescent will elect to do. 52 seconds. They don't have to be in any hurry. Riviera puts up a wild-looking shot. Maybe not the shot Crescent wanted. And back the other way. Swain all the way to the basket. Lays it up and in. And Beckley Elementary takes a 2-point lead and a foul. And Swain will try to polish off a 3-point play.
And that is Swain's first bucket since the first quarter. Scored the first points of the game for this Beckley team. We had a lot of foul trouble and came up big on that play.
Yeah, I'm sure that Crescent felt maybe they shouldn't have taken the shot as quick as they did. And now a chance for a 3-point lead if Swain can polish off the free throw.
And this is a big free throw if you can make this.
Free throw on its way, in and out, no good. Penn gets the rebound. And what you don't want to do is foul. And no, it's a turnover.
And Penn dribbled it off his leg right here on the sideline.
And
timeout,
Coach
Beckley.
Pat Williams wants a timeout. Wow, what an exciting game.
And you're right. This is as electric as this gymnasium is rocking.
We'll keep it here and let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by your local State Farm agent, Scotty Brown. Scotty Brown in Shady Spring, West Virginia. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, Luca Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. Check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Well, now, Eric, the strategy. Beckley Elementary has a 2-point lead, plus they have the ball with 37.9 seconds. And now you got to get the ball in, and B, you got to be strong with the ball, and really you don't need a shot. Wait for the foul to come.
Well, you got, with your height, you just have to have someone who's cerebral enough to get it to your ball handlers out of this timeout. But if I'm Coach Williams, I would try to get it to Keegan Tucker, and the way he handles the basketball. I know Swain had been the primary ball handler, but that's the man I trust, the young man I trust the most with the basketball is Keegan Tucker.
So here we go as Beckley Elementary set to put it in play.
Oh, and exactly, they have Swain taking the ball.
Right, and maybe take it out, maybe get it back. We'll see what they elect to do.
But you have two good young men right there to get, if you can get it in.
And if you're Crescent, you're trying to get the steal. If you don't get the steal, you got to start fouling. And they did just what you said, and they dump it down low. The smart play, the short shot won't go, and Tucker with the putback up and in.
And Keegan Tucker, man, what can you say? 2 points out of him, but great defense, great energy, coming in sick.
And that'll be a foul on Beckley Elementary as Blaney was going right down the lane.
Yeah, Blaney was doing what he needed to do, try to get a quick 2.
And that's free throw time, and now these are big free throws. Blaney will step to the charity stripe, and he'll shoot a pair with 20.2 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And Jacob Blaney is 1 of 2 on the night.
So Blaney said he's got to really make them both. First free throw on its way. It is no good. If you're Crescent, you got to foul no matter if you make it or miss it. Second free throw is no good. He crossed the line. He didn't make it anyway, but had he to make it, it would not have counted.
It would have been waved off, and now this is the tricky situation. If I was Crescent, I would double Tucker and hope somebody else got it, because look, he's a one-man press beater.
Yep, and they get the ball. They really don't need a shot. They take it anyway, and they miss it, and they get the rebound, and the putback is no good. The final 8 seconds. And Crescent will throw it away, and with 3.5, Beckley Elementary calling the timeout, but they're going to hang on and win the third-place game.
Now, hard-fought, come-from-behind victory
yes.
For this Beckley team.
But, Eric, I think something that you said earlier in the game, that if Beckley Elementary can get through the game, because we didn't know about Tucker because we knew he was sick. Their coach, Pat Williams, had said he was sick. He was supposed to start
right before the game.
And, with their guard Swain in the foul trouble, if they can hang around just enough to get him to come back in the fourth quarter and have a shot, and they did just that, and they were able to come back.
He got a burst of energy around the 3-minute mark with
Bradley inside.
Yes, and Bradley, if you think about this, Bradley never scored a bucket in the first half.
But he was big in the second half.
He came up big, too. He's got 11 points.
Yeah. As Crescent led 13-9 at the quarter, 18-11 at the break, 20-18. They led virtually this whole game until right here in the final end. And it looks like that Beckley Elementary is going to hang on, and they're going to be the third-place team. And Crescent will be the fourth-place team. As they throw the ball away, don't understand that. All they had to do was get it in right there, and now nobody touched it. Now Crescent will have it.
Yeah, that's
where you got to have basketball IQ, right?
Yeah, the guy was right in front of them, and
especially after a timeout. You've got to be able to throw the ball in right there. There's no need to make that long throw.
And what you can't do here is give a hoop and a horn really quick.
Shots up, it won't go, and that'll be the game. And the final score, 33-29. Third place will go to Beckley Elementary, and the fourth place will go to Crescent. We'll take a quick break, come back and recap here on Video Productions.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Hey, grab me one too.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School as the third place game has just gone final. And what a very exciting game it was as Beckley Elementary has defeated Crescent 33-29. It was 13-9 Crescent at the end of the quarter, 18-11 Crescent at the break, 20-18 at the end of 3, and then a great rally at the end of the game for Beckley Elementary to win the ball game 33-29. We're getting ready for the championship game, which we will have here in about 8 minutes. And before we have the start of the championship game, and while the teams are warming up, we have the tournament director, and we'll have Bethany Stafford. We'll have her on here in just a minute. We're getting her headset situated. Woo! There we go. I think that's a little loud, right? I think we got her hooked up. Yeah, I think it gave her a shockwave. Now, you okay now?
Yes, I can hear you
All
now.
right.
Oh, that
you know what? I got to say, of course, for watching you tonight, of everything you have to do, you're an administrator, you're a tournament director, you're a mom, you got a son playing. How were you able to manage all that?
People ask me all that all the time, and I just say it's just what I know, and it's just what I'm used to. So,
well, for people that don't know, your husband Ryan is the principal here at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, and both of y'all grew up in athletics. Of course, I would go back and remember you when you were a cheerleader back in the day of Beckley Stratton, and then here at Beckley Woodrow Wilson.
Yes.
And now, did basketball did you ever kind of swing to basketball? I know you were a cheerleader all that time, but where was basketball, or was it ever a part of your life growing up?
I dribbled in the yard and then the driveway, and we had a basketball hoop at the house, but that's about as far as I made it. I never played basketball officially on the team. Might have played a few games of horse in the yard, but
yeah, me and you did. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
No, remember that, and that was like 2008. You would have been in what grade then?
Oh, goodness gracious,
Junior
probably 11th grade.
11th
Yes,
grade.
yes.
But I remember you had this nice little shot. In fact, I told your son before the game, I said, I bet you don't know how good your mama could shoot. You had this nice little jump stop, and you were able to make that shot, and I guess cheerleading was always your love. But your son, it's disappointing that they lost, but I thought he had a really good game tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. They've played really hard this season, and unfortunately that's sport. Sometimes you think you've got it in the bag, and then it just sneaks up on you right at the end. But I thought that both teams played really well, and I was proud as a mom, and as a tournament director, I was proud of seeing our county as a whole and the athletics that have been presented tonight. So
and that's the next question I want to lead into. How did you end up being the grade school tournament? Is that a rotation, or how did that come about?
No, our previous tournament director, Kendra Arvon, she had a little girl, so she had to step away from the position. And as principals, we kind of discussed it, and I was kind of one of the main ones with the dog in the fight. I have 2 young children that are in elementary school, and I've got a son that plays elementary basketball, and so I've got to be here anyway. So why not, really have my hands and be the tournament director?
Did you really know what you were getting into before you took over?
Not really. I've had to ask for a lot of help and ask a lot of questions, but it's been a great first year, and I think I've got it figured out. I've made myself some notes for next year. So
well, that's good. You guys done a fabulous job, and I'll tell you, as Eric and I was calling the game, and as many games as I've done in this gym, I don't think I've ever seen this gym this packed and this excited for a basketball game. I think maybe ever.
I would agree. My husband kind of joked around with me. He said, you only need to put out one set of bleachers tonight. He said, there's only 4 teams, there won't be that many people there. I said, I'm going to go ahead and put out both set of bleachers just in case. So you'll have to give him a hard time. He thought one bleachers was going to do it. So yeah. I'm glad I put out both sets.
Yeah, and I could have told you, because I've done this before for video production. A couple years ago, we had it here, and it was crowded like this. Last year, for some reason, we had to play over at Shady. I think the building wasn't available. And one thing, too, before I let you go, I know the season got started late. And by getting started late, but it's still, you had, as I look at the bracket, you've got, 20 teams, I believe, that participated in this?
That is correct. We had 17 public elementary schools, and then we had 3 of our private schools that participated in this tournament. So it's been a great tournament. And then this year we did things a little bit differently. In years past, we've done all the tournament in one day on a Saturday. We've had to play at 2 different locations because you can't play everything in the same place. So, again, we met as a principal group, and we decided to switch it up this year. So we played the first round at home schools, and that was really exciting. And then after the first round, then we moved to Saturday, and then tonight's the consolation and championship. So it worked out really good. It gave the kids a little bit of breaks rather than playing that many games in one day. So it's been a good year.
Even counting with the private schools, I did not realize there were 20 elementary schools in Raleigh County.
There are 20 elementary schools in Raleigh County. A lot of schools.
Yeah, and it's amazing because, you're looking at, 5 middle schools in Raleigh County, that's right?
That's
Independence, Liberty, which is Trap Hill, of course, Shady, Beckley, Stratton, and Park.
Correct.
And then, you got 4 high schools. So, yeah, I guess it's just amazing. I said, I had no idea that there that many grade schools.
Yes, there is. It's a big county. People don't realize it, and there's a lot of kids, but I think we're one of only a handful of counties in the state that have elementary schools.
And I know that, and I tell people that all the time, and I said, I'm glad that Raleigh County, of course, I can speak. My sister-in-law works at the board office, who you well know, Penny Carrico, Lowry now, married my brother. I don't know why she did that. That's another story. If she's watching, she's been a little under the weather. She might be home watching. But anyway, I did not realize that there was this many schools. But you did a fabulous job. Great crowd. We have a lot of people that will watch on video productions. Thing is, you didn't watch it live. You can go home, and your son and his teammates can watch the replay. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That's the principal of Crescent Elementary, Bethany Stafford, also the tournament director. We'll take a quick break, get you ready for the championship game coming up next here on Video Productions.